This charger is one of the ones that I'm most excited about for travel. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. I just bought this charger and I'm taking it with me on my next trip because as I have looked at it here, I think it's going to satisfy my needs, and my needs are what needs satisfying. Now, I want to show you this power charger here. It's a brick. It sits on a desk. Let's say you're in a hotel, the desk that you get, the dresser, the nightstand, whatever. And you can see here we have 4 rubber feet on the bottom. I also want to show you it's actually not that big. I've seen some of these charging hubs be much, much bigger. So it's actually pretty cool. First of all, we have some vents here on the back where it will vent out the heat. We have this plug. It's kind of like an old school laptop or Chromebook charger. And I'm just going to go ahead and plug that in there. And now what you can see here is that we have 3 LED readouts, volts, amps, watts. Now, it looks like it's scrolling on the camera, but I can tell you in real life it is not. It's just the refresh rate. So they are well lit here. They're kind of in this purple backlight. And one of the things that I want to show you here is that we have a ton of ports. We have 8 ports, USB-C and USB, and they're kind of paired together because they will split the wattage here. So what you can see is this says 27 watts down here, and if you do the math on it, it's just a smidge over 100 watts total. Now, if you plug something in here, I think, like on this one here, and I have this Chromebook right here, which uses USB-C as its charging cable, and if I go ahead and take this and I plug that in there, and then I take the other end and I plug it in here, what we should get is that charging. Okay, so what it's showing now is actually the draw, and it's showing right down here 8.2, 6.4, 8.2 watts, 9.2 volts, so it's drawing power there. What I think this will do is will deliver a maximum of 27 watts right here if there's nothing else plugged in there. Now, one thing I do want to do here is we're going to test that because I think it will split the power between these 2 ports. Again, the display isn't a problem here. So I've just plugged in the USB to USB-C, and I'm going to plug in my Rapsodo Golf launch monitor here because I use this and it needs a recharge anyway. And plug that in. Light is on. Should be charging there. And we have these both plugged in here, but what this is showing here, we've got the little icons flashing right up here, that it is charging both on here, Power Delivery 3.0, as well as the Quick Charge 3.0, and it's showing that it's delivering 6 watts. Now, what I think is actually happening is it's delivering a maximum of 12 watts to each port. So it's basically taking that 27 watt and splitting it in half. What I like about this is 27 watts is actually a pretty quick charger for most laptops. Like the MacBook Air, I think the quick charger is 30 watts. So that's actually pretty good. 12 watts is kind of enough to continue to run this Chromebook right here. You can see down there that the icon shows it is charging, so that is enough for there. But this has a couple of other really cool features. You can actually put on top here on this wireless charging pad your iPhone. I don't have one on me right now, but I'm just going to go ahead and put this so you can see my AirPods are charging up there, so you can put your iPhone on top. I really love that, so that I don't have to plug in another cord, especially if I want to bust this out without getting out spare cords. I can just get this out, put my iPhone on it. It works just like a wireless charger, so that's really awesome. I love that, and that means you still have 8 things that you can plug in there. But the other thing that I really like about this is this button right here on the side has a little light button, and if I hit that, what ends up happening is that the screen goes black. I can tell you that everything is still charging here. You can see the light on there. My Chromebook is still charging, but it's just not showing anything on the display, and that is basically to be your nighttime mode, so it doesn't disturb you. If I hit it again, those lights go back on, so if I'm sitting here at the desk, I can see exactly what ports are being used and what the draw is on each of those. It's not scrolling and flashing. Again, let me say this is not scrolling and flashing in real life. It actually is kind of low-key. It's actually not super bright, so I don't think it would be distracting even in a low-light environment. But I really love this charger. 100-watt power delivery. If you just want to plug in one device into this, you can get a pretty fast 27-watt charging, which is actually going to be good for laptops. So I'm really excited about this to charge up my laptop, iPads, Apple Watch, iPhones, all of the things that I take with me on my trips, I can plug into here. So this will be the charger that accompanies me next time. So if you want to pick this up for your trips because it's going to make your life a little easier, I'll put a link to it in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out.
We can discover more and explore so much deeper. We can live better than ever thanks to Peter. live on Panda.